This is the LG SP9YA. It's the latest 2021 soundbar from LG. This is a 5.1.2 that you can, of course, expand up to that 7-channel if you'd like to, 520 watts option. So I've reviewed soundbars from LG for the last few years. And of course, this year I will most definitely have a lengthy sound test that you can listen to from a selection of games, including the likes of Gears 5 and Halo the Master Chief Collection, just so that you can get an idea of how the audio works and everything like that, because I know that is very important to people. So what do we have here soundbar-wise? A great option. We got Meridian technology here that's fueling the magic of Dolby Atmos music, and also DTS:X. So if you want those channel options, you are golden. You've got your optical option, or you've also got the choice to use HDMI eARC. So that will allow you to have a 4K 60 with the pass-through of HDR and Dolby Vision too. So you're good to go there. Just keep in mind, you should definitely check and make sure the pass-through options are good depending on the high level of gaming you might be doing. But I think in most circumstances, this is going to work quite well and quite effectively in that regard for your audio experience if you want to enhance what your TV offers. So again, I say it every year, I think the TV audio is pretty good. I think it's fine. But if you really want to get that high quality experience, you want to get that extra sound, you want to get that more immersive element and atmosphere, the soundbar is the way to go, whether you are watching movies, playing games, or also just listening to music. Got the soundbar here. I was like, I'm not going to do the weird crouching in an odd spot to kind of talk about the soundbar and show it off this year. I'm just gonna hold it. You can see it or you can't see it. I'll do like wave-in cuts that you can see the soundbar close up. Don't worry, you'll get your fill. But yeah, it's way too hardcore to include it in the shot the entire time, and I don't see the benefit in doing that. Anyways, it's a good soundbar. It hits the mark. It's great. I think it delivers great audio. I used it a lot for circumstances of Apple Music, playing the, I guess you would say, lossless audio, whatnot, through the Bluetooth 5.0, or also playing it with the Series X. Directly plugging it in, using the optical option as well to get a mix here or there between the different choices. You got your in, you got your out on the back of the option of the sound bar. And yeah, it's pretty easy to set up and get going. It's also got the wireless subwoofer, which will kind of instantly connect once it's plugged in. You click the little sync thing, you're good to go. You can set it up with the Google Home setup, or you could just use Bluetooth if you want to play music right away. Lots of different options. It's got your different assistants. So, you got your Google Assistant, you got your, Google Home setup, your Chromecast, it's got, Apple AirPlay 2, it's got Alexa, Amazon Alexa, it's got all the big options for the voice assistants out there if you want to just play your audio however you want. It connects and it's ready to go. It sounds really, really good. It sounds immersive and it gives you a big... Now, for the subwoofer, again, I feel like even with it maxed out, it could go a little bit, it could be a little bit more hardcore in future years. It's kind of a bit of a complaint of mine each year with the subwoofer there. It's good, but, obviously I do think, if you really like that bass, it could be a bit better. So hopefully they kind of push that further, but seriously, it's fine. There's not really an issue with it. You get your value out of the subwoofer there. Now, another thing I kind of noticed, and I don't know if it's just this year I'm noticing, but I wish there was a bit more depth within like the distancing of sounds. So kind of like if I throw a grenade in the distance, I wish that I could hear a little bit further and whatnot, and get more of a sense of scale of where things are. But it sounds really cool. Like you got the gravity hammer in Halo, and it's like zoom, zoom. You can really feel that, right? I tried different positions. I tried the sound bar on the floor. I tried it on kind of, the TV stand. Obviously, the default place most people would have it. Just different positions to get a different feel for it. And it's designed for 55-inch and bigger whatnot TV options as well, this one. So let's leave a little bit of gap right here so that you can listen to how it sounds without me talking, just so you get an idea of the sound test for the soundbar.
Is not ready for this. She can barely keep her eyes open. Those Don't worry about her. She'll be ready. All right, Control, going in.
Control? Really? I have a name. Control.
Regs are regs, Bear. I mean, Control. And we're already breaking enough of them as it is. What Jin doesn't know won't hurt her.
This is my call, all right? If the First Minister doesn't like it, she can yell at me. Which she almost certainly will.
Tell us where to go, Control.
I'll do my best. But remember, no one's been in that facility for like 25 years.
Yeah, that's pretty evident.
You're not there to buy a drink here. Get in and watch an old Hammer-a-thon prototype.
And your intel says one of the silos is still intact, right?
Yeah, as far as they can tell. Just get Dave to a functional control room. He'll handle the launch sequence.
So yeah, I hope that was helpful in regards to getting just an idea of the sound, you know, trying up and down volumes attached through the optical there to the TV, just so you get a sense of the sound and the audio that was present for this sound bar. And I hope it gave kind of a range of things, being like more music infused and or more regular gameplay, you know, stuff like that, big explosions, because I know people use the soundbar for a bunch of different things. And obviously we know we can't just like pipe music through it, or we're gonna have like copyright issues on YouTube. You know how things are, right? So I hope that kind of gave you an idea of what the quality is here that this is providing. But yeah, no, it's a really good soundbar. I think it hits the mark in many ways. And now let's quickly dive into some of the specific kind of tech specs of this one that I think would be helpful. So on the front we have 40 watts times 2. On the surround side we've got 40 watts times 2. The center is 40 watts. The top is a 50 watts times 2. And we got a 220 watt wireless subwoofer, 70 watt power consumption on the soundbar, and 38 watts subwoofer consumption. So there you go for that. For the actual dimensions, the soundbar width, height, depth, which will be the same for all of these, 1220 by 57 by 145 millimeters, aka 48.03 inches by 2.24 by 5.7. The subwoofer, 221 by 390 by 312.8 millimeter, and alternatively 8.7 inches, 15.35, and 12.31. The shipping size, when it comes to, will be 1286 by 284 by 467 millimeters. Again, alternatively 50.63 inches by 11.18 by 1839. The soundbar weight is 6.3 kg, alternatively 13.89 pounds. The subwoofer is 7.8 kg by 17.20 pounds. There's also high-res audio, 24-bit / 189 kHz. We mentioned the high bitrate support, the Dolby Vision support. The power cord could have been longer. I forgot to mention this in the stand-up review, but I wanted to kind of go there. I had to use an extension cord with the power cord just a little bit longer. And the fact that this also has Spotify Connect, if you didn't know, on top of the other many services that are available, like the voice assistants and whatnot. So I thought that was kind of important too, because I know a lot of people like their Spotify. So all in all, a pretty good soundbar. I like what this delivers. It's got a good audio experience, immersive quality, and it delivers similarly to the previous models that I have enjoyed. Very nice, sleek, quality look and material to it, which is again what I kind of expect out of the soundbars from LG. It's definitely on par with what I've kind of used in the past years, and I think I appreciate what this model has to offer. I definitely think they did a good job with this one, and it's a nice iterative option that will further kind of work with the tech, the TV, and the audio that you use today, and hopefully for quite a number of years into the future, since we do want longevity out of our soundbar experiences, as I can imagine you will feel very similarly in that regard. So I think that about covers everything here with the soundbar. I give it an 8 out of 10. You can read my full review in the description below. If you have questions and stuff about the soundbar, let me know and I'll try to answer things. But I think overall we've got a pretty good option here. And I think it's something that you will enjoy and use, and it will provide the functionality you need and desire when it comes to your audio experience. Again, whether you are playing games, watching movies, or just purely using it as a music device. You know, you got that great little display in the front that kind of lets you know what's up, and it's very easy to command things and change things with the remote that's present within the package. I think they put together something that, you know, just kind of offers a nice soundbar upgrade over what we've seen in the past, and it should deliver for this year and again into the future.